Welcome back to the channel, everybody. Zach with Money Pit RC. In today's video, I'm going to try to teach you how to make high clearance links for your SCX24 or any microcrawler, really. If it has links, I'm sure you can figure it out. So I'm going to go over what I use. I'm going to try to leave all the links in the description box below of everything that I used off Amazon. I'm going to try to give you some tricks and tips on actually how to do it, and I'm going to show you my method on how I do it exactly. So as you can see here, I did make this front steering link out of a coat hanger. Yes, I did. But these links in the rear, I did make out of 3mm brass rod. So I made the links in the back, made them really high clearanced, but ones in the front, I literally made it out of a coat hanger. Insane. So you can make rods pretty much out of anything that you find. I see a whole bunch of people make it out of the threaded rod off Amazon because you don't have to tap it or nothing. But I heard that they're very thin and chintzy and they bend kind of easy. I didn't want that. I wanted big, thick rod that you know that'll hold up. So let's head over to the workbench and we'll see what supplies you need and the tools that I use. So the main things that you're gonna need is M3 rod. It doesn't have to be this brass, it can be aluminum or whatever type of metal you want. But I like brass just because it's a little bit heavier and it cuts a lot easier. Brass is very soft, so it makes it easy to cut. You're going to need some pivot ball ends, which these are the Enduro ones. You can get like a 20 pack for very cheap. You're going to need an M2 die, and I got this little holder for it. Sharpie. This is optional, these two, okay? So you're going to either need a file or you're going to need a little Dremmel rotary tool. So the reason I said that these are optional, the rod is M3. We're tapping it down to an M2. So you are taking off a significant amount of material. So the die, you can't just spin it on. So you have to skim it down a little bit just to get the die started. That's why you either use this, or if you have one of these, just use this and just go around the edge. I'll show you that stuff later. That's the reason of whichever one you want to use. It doesn't really matter. I'm not that fancy. I don't have a CNC machine where I would just lathe it down a little bit and that would make everything easy. Maybe we'll look into that. But as of right now, I'm just an amateur and I'm just going to show you some tricks and tips. Alright, before we get into actually building them, I just want to show you a couple examples of what I've actually did. Like kind of like a close-up. So these all in the back, I did all 4 of the links in the rear. These are made out of those brass rods. So it's 3mm brass rods. I did the straight uppers, which wasn't that hard. The tricky part that you guys are going to run into is when you start making the bends. You get a good bend, you get a good link, and then you have to try to mirror the image. And the other one doesn't bend exactly how the first one was. If you get it the same length, you shouldn't have an issue. Yeah, it might look a little funny, but hey, it's not a beauty contest. So keep that in mind when you're doing this. Unless you have like a lathe and a CNC machine, you're not going to get them exactly perfect. It's good enough to run on an RC car. And plus, you can say you made it, you know? You can say you made your own links. That's probably a good accomplishment right there. So I was kind of messing around at work and we had a metal coat hanger, and I noticed that it's a lot thinner than the stock one that I had on here, the Enduro one at least. So I made a steering link. I think it's pretty cool. It's strong, it's durable. So that goes to show you get a coat hanger, you can make your own links. For class purposes, we're going to recreate this link right here. It's just nothing special, just a basic high clearance link, and we're going to recreate it. Alright, so here's the rod itself. We're just going to measure it quick. It is 3mm rod, 2.9mm. This is the rod you're going to need. So step 1. Alright, so what you're going to do, you're going to get your rod, you're going to get your caliper, and what I like to do is I like to mark 6mm in from the end of the rod. Doesn't have to be perfect. So that mark is 6mm in. So this end right here is what's going to actually go into the plastic threaded on pivot ball. So what you're going to do next is you're going to shave this part down just a little bit. You don't need to do it crazy, just enough to where the tap gets started. So I like to use this. You can use a file. I did use a file before I bought this, but So as you can see, just a little bit, nothing crazy, kind of gave it like a little point. And then what I like to do is I like to just throw it in the vise, and then it makes it a little bit easier just to start your tap. You're going to want to tap the top of this just down to your mark. And then once it catches, you're going to thread it down right to that black mark that we made originally. And that is the threaded end. Alright, next up, you're going to get your plastic pivot ball end. You're going to thread it on to your freshly threaded side. And you can see, you have one side done. Alright, so next, you're going to grab a long SCX24 bolt that you have. You're going to stick it through the end on the one link. And you're going to stick it through the end of the other link. So that top section right there is lined up perfectly. So we're not going to have any issues there. So with the bolt being in the top, you're going to come down here. You're going to mark exactly where the bend is. You can see on the brass rod. So it'll focus. You can see on the brass rod that I marked it exactly. So you can see on the brass rod I marked it exactly where the bend is. So next up, so you can find these cheap on Amazon. It is a Titan 51503. So this is a mini tube bender. It's good for 3, 4, and 6 millimeter tubing. You're going to slide your tube in here. So on the machine there's a little notch. You're going to put the pipe right in there and line up your marks with the tube machine. And all you're going to do is just give it a little bend. Brass rod is very soft, but it is sturdy. So you're not going to get it first try, but you're going to get it pretty close. So what you're going to do is you're just going to line it up with the link that you're trying to reenact. And you can see that it's not enough. So we need to bend it a little bit more. So you're just looking for similarity. So I feel like that's pretty good. I feel like it's lined up very well. Like I said, you're not gonna get a first try, and if you do, you got lucky. It might take a couple bends, but honestly, if you don't have this pipe bender, all you have to do is stick where you have it marked right at the end of the vise, and you're just gonna bend it down. It's super easy to bend. It's not as hard as people think it is. Once you get it like this, you're gonna get your pivot ball, but you're gonna line it up with the end of the other side. So I have it literally sitting like this, okay? I have it sitting just like this, lined up, and this end is lined up too. So I'm just gonna grab my Sharpie and mark it at the end of that black pivot ball. So I know I need to tap up to that black line. And then I usually mark at the end. I will mark it right at lined up with this pivot ball because I will cut it off there. And then I will have to tap that section. This is super soft, so I usually just get a pair of dikes. And it cuts super easy. So right there, we have a little link. So all we need to do is tap this side and we're good to go. So I'm going to do the same method as I'm going to grind down this just to my black mark, just where I need to thread to, grind this down, and then we're going to tap it. Once you get that end threaded, you're going to spin on the pivot ball and you should be done. All you have to do is just make sure that it lines up, obviously, right there. That is a successful high clearance link. There you have it. Successful high clearance link. Homemade. Perfect. Not perfect, but you know, good enough. Good enough for an RC car. There you go. And you're going to do the same for every single one that you make. You need a template, which the stock link, then you make it, and ta-da, that's it. Very easy. So I don't know how much of that video is actually good. I don't even know if you can see anything, but I hope it helped somebody. Once I posted about my links, I got a ton of questions on how I made them, so I decided to make a full YouTube video for it. I really hope you enjoyed. I hope it actually helped you at some point. Like I said, I'll leave a link in the description box below of all the parts that I used. I basically got everything off Amazon, so I shouldn't have an issue putting all the links down there. But if I do, just shoot me a message on Instagram and I'll help you guys. A lot of people think making links is hard. It's really not that hard, it's just a little tedious. But once you kind of understand and have the proper tools, it's really not that bad. And obviously you can make your own size links. You don't have to follow any template. If you want longer links, make them longer. Go ahead, it doesn't matter. You can make them exactly how you want it, set up for your build exactly. So I hope you guys enjoyed. Make sure to leave a like, comment, subscribe if you haven't already. You know I read through all your feedback. Catch you guys in the next video.